All right, good morning, everybody. Leanne will take roll.
Nick's here by Zoom. Jake?
Yep.
Elizabeth is not here, on here. Christine's here, and Pam is here by Zoom, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Great, let the minutes show that a quorum is present. The agenda is before you. Is there a motion to approve this agenda?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Great. All right, so the question is on the approval of the meeting agenda for November 13th. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right, the ayes have it. The agenda has been approved. The first order of business is to review and approve the minutes from the October 9th meeting. Oh, the September 11th work session. Yeah.
Work session minutes got left out of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
October packet, so we need to approve the minutes that are really.
Okay, did people get a chance to look at those recently? Okay. Great, are there any changes needed? All right, so the question is on the approval of the September 11th work session minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, the ayes have it. The September 11th work session minutes have been approved. The next order of business is to review and approve the minutes from the October 9th regular meeting. Are there any changes needed? All right, the question is on the approval of the October 9th meeting minutes. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Great, the ayes have it. October 9th have been approved. Next order of business is the committee reports, governance.
I did not get a report this month from Ted, if anybody completed any additional training hours. So all I have is that Christine and I have completed our 5 hours of training.
Great.
Really doing it?
June. Yeah. Awesome. And then we were gonna talk, or do we have it? Yeah, okay, perfect. All right, great. So next order of business is the financial report for October.
Great, so we did have our monthly finance committee meeting where we went over the reports in detail. They are provided to you in your board package. They are from July 1 through October 31st. They cover the first 4 months of the fiscal year. Revenues are on target with our approved budget. Total revenues to date is about $1,057,000 or 28% of our annual budget. Our primary revenue source, SEG funding, has been received as scheduled and does align with our projections. If enrollment remains above target, we expect to see a modest increase come March. Federal and state revenues are also on track with some pending reimbursement requests we expect to receive in later school year. Expenditures are also on target, consistent with prior year spending. Total expenditures to date are about $1,271,000 or 26% of our annual plan. Salary and benefits are tracking as expected, and all first quarter obligations have been met. I'd like to highlight that in your reports, the rent expense is currently being paid from the general fund, the entirety of it, until the lease expense award allocation is received, which is temporarily causing those costs to exceed our budget projection. There are no major variances or concerns as far as the financials. Both revenues and expenditures are performing right on target. We expect to remain on budget for the fiscal year. If you have any questions, I can answer those now, but we do not have any budget adjustment requests for your approval this month. Our budget is consistent.
And then Pam, were you able to look at the bank account
I did. There was 2 statements and it was a little crazy getting them unloaded because it's a new system, but I think I figured it out, so we're good to go.
Okay, great. Right, great, thank you. Next order of business is to vote on the professional boundaries policy.
So the policy, proposed policy is in your packet. This came out of a process that we went through with POMS. Started over the summer. They basically sent out requests for schools and districts to send in a lot of different pieces of documentation around like hiring and professional boundary policy, specifically looking at ethical and sexual misconduct. So I think a lot of it's coming out of what's been happening recently across the country and here in Albuquerque. And so they basically performed an audit of our hiring practices, our volunteer practices, the paperwork and assurances we require of those people as we bring them onto campus. And then also looking at like what we have articulated in our handbook and other policies. And so our practices are fine. And our handbook has some really robust policies around like digital conduct for staff and social media conduct for staff, and slightly less robust because they're just, I think, older policies around like actual in-person behavior between staff and students. And so we took their recommended policy, and I found in here there's several places where I didn't make all of the changes or to insert Altura Preparatory School just because if we made any changes here, I would do them all. But it basically just governs appropriate conduct between staff and students at school and out of school, but if they're students, the staff conduct still applies. So that's what's in here, and that's the backstory. And this was just one of the recommendations that they had to kind of build out those articulated policies for our. And this is incentivized, so we will receive a discount on our premium next school year based on these changes. And
Come on.
Which policy is that? What insurance policy covers this?
so our NIMSIA risk, so this covers like building and then like if an accident happens. things like all
Any questions before we vote? All right, so the question is on the approval of the new professional boundaries policy. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, the ayes have it. The policy has been approved. All right, next up is the vote on the immunization policy and procedure.
So this is already in place, this policy, I think as we've come into across certain situations, we've updated the policy just to add clarity. So the policy remains the same. Basically, all of our students are required to be immunized per state statute in New Mexico. And there are only specific reasons that a family can apply for an exemption. And then this just provides the addition is on the 3rd page of the policy, and it's letter C under number 2, which basically, and it says all exemption paperwork must clearly match student enrollment records, including first name, last name, date of birth, grade level, and that we're not going to be accepting incomplete paperwork for an exemption. So here's the expectation of having filed the paperwork incorrectly and having that apply for them here at school.
So it's basically just the state statute.
It is, yeah. And the family, if they provide an exemption form instead of immunizations, they have to reapply every year for their exemption. But have their review every year.
Any questions before we vote? All right, so the question is on the approval of the updated immunization policy and procedure. All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, the ayes have it. The immunization policy has been approved. All right, next up is a discussion around the Public Education Commission Governing Board requests. Do you want to take the dinner?
You know, Yes, I'll talk about it.
Okay.
I don't know, did the invite from the,
It's in the packet.
it is in the packet, okay?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was attached or not.
Yeah.
So everybody got it. And I don't know if everybody was emailed it ahead of today, but it was emailed to me.
I got an email.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Okay. And then I got a call. From somebody, from the lady that's, proposing this free dinner to all, board members. And she's really urging us to RSVP, I think, and I think she has a deadline of on there of the 17th of this month.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I encourage people to respond to her if you can, make it. Has anybody been to Hotel Choco?
It's a beautiful hotel.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And it seems like it might be,
Required governing board training hours.
yeah.
I
I think it might be related to the second issue or thing, which is, they want to do the pilot for governing boards to be able to like, assess ourselves. And that's gonna be a requirement starting next year, but this year there's a pilot that they would like people to participate in. There's no, I think you all saw my note to Missy, there's no deadline for when we would have to do the self-reflection. But I think that they are hoping that some governing boards will participate so that they can learn from you how it's working before they do the whole rollout next year. So I'm curious if you all want to participate in that pilot. It seems like it's pretty low. Seems like it's a low amount of effort, but we probably would need to have maybe like an extra hour at our January meeting or December meeting or something without Megan and Lisa here, like where we can just talk amongst ourselves and rate ourselves and answer some reflection questions is what it seems like. So that's one question we should answer. And then I think they're hoping, to get investment through this dinner in this work that they're doing.
So it's the Public Education Commission that's putting this on?
Exactly.
I think it's a charter school division.
It's the public, no, it's the PEC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it says the PEC has recently launched a support program specifically for state charter school governing boards. We're gonna present an overview of this program. And so I think they're related. So they want people to opt into the pilot, and this might be one way to entice people to opt in.
I was confused. It says PEC will not see revolt, only the
Yeah,
charter. So I was like,
exactly.
So the EC is doing it, but the
Yeah.
charter school is
Exactly. I think I can attend the dinner. I need to look. I don't think that's a problem. Then we just need to decide probably this meeting, or at least soon if we want to participate in the pilot.
Do they want all board members to attend the dinner?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, they want that. They would like everyone to join.
Is it in our best interest to attend and to participate?
I think so. I mean, the sense I get is that it's like, it's completely optional.
Uh-huh.
I don't see any reason not to.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks like it would be kind of an interesting thing to do.
Interesting
Yeah.
process. And it might be nice to practice this year before it's.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Well, and even like just knowing how other things have rolled out in this state.
Yeah.
It's nice to, you can, and then provide feedback.
Exactly.
But yeah, we can provide feedback.
It took more time than you thought it
It's
might, or,
gonna be required, at
Yeah.
least that we put in our.
Yeah.
2 cents about.
I think that's great.
You know what to expect.
Nick, Jake, Leanne, that seems fine with you to participate in the pilot?
Yeah, I don't think I can make that dinner, but
That's fine.
Yeah, same.
if it looks like it's something that's coming either way.
Yeah,
I think it says PEC, I'm always hesitant about, but.
Yeah.
It's how they operate.
okay, great. So we'll be a yes on that dinner, at least some
Yep.
handful, and then I can work with Megan on when we have extra time for the,
When do we have to notify them that we're gonna participate in the pilot? Is it after the dinner?
there was no deadline.
Okay, okay,
So I think if we decide we're gonna do it, I can just let them know today.
okay. I was curious if we should let them know after, like if you guys go to the dinner and then you're like, oh, this looks horrible.
I don't think, we know enough about it.
It's
not
okay.
more-
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, we would get credit for going too. For,
The point, no?
1 hour of credit or something, it said, right?
Exactly. Okay, great. Looking forward to it. All right, next up. Is a discussion on the Equity Council.
We had our first equity council meeting last month. And we don't have another one scheduled until I think it's January, February. It went really, really well. We have some new members on there and great generative discussion. We came up with a protocol for people have a tendency, a lot of parents have a tendency to come to administration for everything. So we came up with a protocol that we'll be releasing this next month of the processes of how to get, if you have an issue with your child's teacher, the steps you take. You have an issue with cafeteria, like with food, these are the steps you have to take. Just things in general like that. So we got their input on that and they had some great ideas, and we are going to be focusing on a book called Drivers for this next session. And again, we try to choose a book every year where the parents read it along with us, and it really informs, I think, a lot of the decisions that we make and the paths that we take, and gives them a little more rationale as to why we do things the way we do here. So it's really good on just things that you can do as parents and scripts to help your children really succeed in life. So that's great about it.
Lisa, what was the title again?
Drivers. If any of you would like a copy, let us know and we'll get you a copy. And you know how to get them.
All right. Next up is the co-director report.
So we had yesterday, I'm just gonna pull it up, I don't know. Yesterday, NMPED published the 2024-25 Vistas data online, so you can go and see our data on Vistas. We are a spotlight school, and our overall score is 86.5, which puts us in the green on their little dashboard, which is cool. And so it shows our proficiency and our growth, which is great. And then later on, they'll add English learner progress. Our attendance from last year was really, really good on there. It shows 98.6%, which is not what I have internally, but we'll take it. And so they'll go through and they'll add financial data from last year once they have those reports too. So business data are up, which is exciting.
Congratulations, that's great.
And tomorrow morning, Senator Tobiasen, who's the state senator from this area, I had sent her our capital outlay request, and she emailed back saying that they wanted to give us some sort of Senate award for student results. So she's going to come tomorrow morning.
Nice.
It's late notice, but if any of you all want to come at 8:15, you're welcome to come. We'll just do it at our Friday circle.
Are you gonna get the kids will all be there?
Not all, we'll do 35.
That's cute.
Yeah, so it'll match up with the schedule. So she'll just come to our Friday circle, so that'll be cool for them. So yeah,
It's pretty awesome.
yeah. We'll see. I've never heard of this.
But that'll be great for the kids.
Yeah.
That just seems official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Mhm.
we need to put this on the website. Yeah, yes, we'll get. Put it on.
Our parents, to celebrate our teachers and the success of the test score this last month, raised a lot of money. They donated a lot of money so that each teacher and staff member could have a night off from cooking. So they gave every teacher a $50 gift certificate to not have to cook that evening. So it was really sweet. So yeah.
That's awesome.
nice for our parents.
That's
to
great.
do that. So that happened, and then we are slowly figuring out our reading assessment from the transition at the beginning there, so the state moved from iStation to a platform called Anira. It's the same company, but they were bought out at something.
Yeah.
Some sort of
And
transition.
AI, they bought out this AI piece to it so that you could do the oral reading fluency and it's,
So kids are
So that you're
reading
not
as
doing
the-
it.
Yeah.
individually. However, we're still doing it individually because it's not working
So like-
the way they wanted it to work.
Learning book.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I think, from what we have heard, they were supposed to roll it out last year with reading coaches at schools. And I don't think
They rolled out that, like, there's two
Yes.
parts, there's an assessment part, and then there's a tutor instructional part, so they rolled out the instructional tutoring part, but not the assessment. And so there's some kinks in the system for the assessment and
a lot.
errors, and the kids are being given. the
Well,
wrong
reading to this
tasks.
cartoon is weird too, for
Yeah.
assessment.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the website.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's-
She's just, she's like a little
Oh,
avatar. and
So it's like a
you can-
little, like, for tutoring I could see, but for
Yeah.
a test, I don't know, it's a little strange.
Yeah, so it definitely is interesting, but it'll do in like the wrong word, and then it'll change the word real quick, and the kids get frustrated because I didn't even know how to spell the word yet, and she just changed my spelling in the middle, and I was in the middle of the grade, so they just get a little bit, and you get like, yeah, I get it on like this side of like, yeah, if it's
Yeah.
not the right fit passage, like the child should be given a right fit passage, but they're changing it in the middle, and the kids get all thrown off. 'Cause then
Like I must be
lost
doing
their-
bad, like I must be.
Yeah, so then they
failing
freak out, and
totally.
it just is like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I know for time's sake it makes sense, but let the kid finish and then move on, like,
Mhm.
it just seems like an easy thing to fix. So, so there's that, so I don't have updated November data, for this month because we've been taking our time trying to actually get usable data. Because when we first logged the kids in last week, 2 weeks ago, the whole system, it was giving the wrong thing, like some kids couldn't even get on, some kids were getting the wrong activities, so we didn't have anything. So we just this last week been trying to get them on, so I don't have any current data, but
It's been interesting too, like our parents they're like, why aren't we getting
Yeah.
like data, which is great. We
Yeah.
want them, but we had to explain like, we cannot send this out
Yeah.
because it's not accurate, like,
Mhm.
it's so not accurate right now. So until they get it together, and see if they like, it's hard for us to.
And iStation's no longer an option.
Not for reading,
No, okay.
yeah, so which makes it hard.
Yeah.
So we've been doing our in-person oral reading fluency to make sure that we have those scores the way that we've been, for the last couple of years, so. And those I feel like look pretty good.
Yeah.
And those always allow us to figure out which students need a little bit more support and attention, so we can pull them out and give them some interventions, and so that has been good. We opened our lottery application process 2 weeks ago. I have not checked in the last couple of days, but we had 107 applications in the first week and a half. Yeah, it's like 10 days. So we have a lot of siblings coming up. It's really, so we've got a lot of interest, and we haven't even really started pushing out our enrollment ads or
Right.
anything like that. So,
it's good.
so shows that there's a good thing here, but.
It's good.
Okay, and then attendance wise, we're still trying to figure out. Our attendance is getting better, data are getting better just because there are more days. We have had to intervene with a couple of students, for intervention, pretty intensive, attendance intervention. But we're working on those. Fifth grade still has the highest attendance, 97.5.
It always seems to occur, I think, in the kindergarten and first grade
Where it feels
years.
optional.
Yeah. And it's so interesting, because like, it's such an important time for setting the foundation. But parents seem to think it's like, we're just learning colors and
They're
numbers.
napping.
Yeah, yeah.
But at that age, missing a day really throws them
Oh,
off too. Like, all right, any other questions for Megan and Lisa before we move
Oh, we
on?
had our, I forgot this, we had our site visit for ponds, again, the risk management, playground management, all that, and we spent that happened at the end of September. And so we spent the last month putting in place resolving any findings, and so we sent all of those updates to them this week too, so we're in good shape there as well.
Great. Okay, so we are going to move into closed session. And can you stop the live stream while, yeah,
I'll just start it and then I'll
okay,
restart it.
okay, great.
Yeah.
Let me ask one question about the Palms visit. They made recommendations after their visit in September, I take it?
They did, yeah.
And you've made updates?
We've made updates, yeah, so they send us their full report, and I'm happy to share that with anybody who wants to see, but they said they list out findings like this. This shelf has things stacked too close to the sprinkler, or this needs to be taken down, or this safety, you're missing a safety data sheet for this chemical and.
Oh, so they did a loss control, is it, somebody from the insurance company?
Yeah,
Okay.
Now, was that
that is
Those
separate
changes?
from the earlier ponds policy. Yeah.
okay, but are those changes a basis for being incentivized?
No.
Okay.
Those are just for general coverage.
Yeah, so underwriters will penalize you if they think your physical area is not completely safe. So whoever sent a report back to the insurance company, and said, they're doing this, they're gonna fix this.
Nice, all right, so